How's it going, everyone? It's Ben Falcon's Media Corner back again with a brand new video for today. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time for this new episode for the series is going to be my review on the 2024 comedy horror film, and that is Liza Frankenstein. Now, this film was directed by first-time director Zelda Williams, in which, as some of you may know her, she is the daughter of the late Robin Williams, which rest in peace. And this film was written by Oscar-winning writer Diablo Cody, in which you may know her for winning the Oscar for the 2007 indie comedy film known as Juno, which is one of my all-time favorite indie comedies. And she was also a writer of another horror film, which she made before this, which was the 2009 horror film known as Jennifer's Body, which I really enjoyed that film. Although the reviews are pretty mixed when it came out, but over the years it has gained a bit of a cult following. So she has come back to write a new horror film, which is this film. And in this film, this is basically a coming-of-age story where it involves a teenager named Lisa, played by Kathryn in which, and her crush, who turns out to be a corpse, who's played by Sprouse. And after a set of horrific circumstances bring him back to life, the two embark on a journey where they discover about love, happiness, and a few missing body parts that the corpse is missing. So that's pretty much the story of Liza Frankenstein. Now, I was actually really looking forward to this movie since this was a new horror comedy, and usually when it comes to these kind of movies, I usually do tend to get pretty excited for them, although in some of the most recent years, there have been a few that didn't really appeal to me that much, and well, there have been a few that have been pretty good big surprises and all that, and I was really excited, really intrigued to see what Zelda Williams was going to be doing behind the camera for this movie, since this is her directorial debut. And I was also surprised to hear that this was from the writer of Jennifer's Body, which, like I said, I really enjoyed that film, even though back then the film was met with mixed reception from both critics and audiences. But over the years, it has gained a bit of a cult following, and I still really enjoy the film to this day and all that. And I was really intrigued to see what the two main stars of this film are going to do for this film. Yeah, like you've got Kathryn, I think she's a talented young actress from films such as Lady Bird, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, Freaky, and most recently Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which that was the last film she did before this. And you also have Cole Sprouse, in which, as you may know him, he is of course one of the Sprouse twins, in which the Sprouse twins were popular back in the days, and like in the early 2000s through the hit Disney Channel show, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, as well as the sequel to that show, The Sweet Life on Deck. And they appeared in a few other things as well, like Big Daddy, which that was actually the first thing they were well known for before they did The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody for Disney Channel and all that, as well as their sequel to that show as well. And so this film came out back in Valentine's Day in the US, but we didn't get this until March of this year in the UK. And so but I didn't see this film on opening day because it came out the exact same day as Dune Part 2 did, which I saw that film first. And so I saw this film just a couple of days after it came out, and I saw this when I was off work, and I saw this in a really small screening, although there wasn't that many people in, unfortunately. But after watching this whole movie here, I can definitely tell you guys that this film really surprised me here, because I wasn't thinking it was going to be just a good movie, but I surprisingly had a really great fun time here with this new horror comedy film here. In terms of the concept of this film here, I thought it was pretty creative here, where it's basically about a gothic girl who falls in love with a corpse. And the best way I can describe what this whole concept here is like for this film here, it's like this film has a few combinations between two films here, where this film combines elements of movies such as Warm Bodies and Edward Scissorhands, which both movies I really, really like. And as for the overall storytelling for the film, yeah, it is pretty strong, yeah, in terms of like the characterization of Lisa, where we see her change in the film, yeah, because at the very start you do feel for her and all that, because her life at the moment isn't all that good, because she's still struggling with the tragedy that she went through when she was young. But things started to change for once she encounters the corpse, and then she starts to help him out since he's trying to find the few body parts that he is missing and all that. And you see like her personality starts to change and all that once she becomes like more gothic and all that. And however, like for the introduction for the corpse that we see in this film here and all that, when I saw it, I was just like, I kind of wish it could be a lot more better than I expected and all that, which that's one of the few issues I do have with this film here. And as for like the pacing for the film here, like the second and third act is well paced. It's just the first act of the film I thought was pretty slow, but once it gets to the second and middle and the final act of the film, that's where the pacing starts to pick up. And that's another issue I do have with this film here. And as for the overall performances for the film, yeah, like Kathryn Newton, who plays Lisa in the film, she is really good in the movie here. And as for Cole Sprouse, who plays the corpse in the film, yeah, he's also really good. Yeah, he is really funny here. And the chemistry between the two of them is really sweet, yeah, really strong here. And as for everyone else who in the film here, they were overall pretty strong, yeah, pretty fun for their performances here. And as for the direction by Zelda Williams here, it is pretty well stylized here in terms of its overall style here. And that's what I really like most about this film here, because it definitely gave me some vibes and all that, because it truly made me feel like I was watching an 80s or early 90s like gothic movie here that Tim Burton would have made and all that, even though this film is not directed by Tim Burton here and all that. And as for the violence in the film, this film does get away with a whole lot of that here, since it is a PG-13 film here. I thought it was going to be R-rated, but no, it's PG-13 here. But when it came to that, I really enjoyed those moments, and even there was one here that I did not see coming and all that. Once I saw it, I was just like, holy crap, and all that. Like, I nearly fell out of my chair when I was watching the film and when I was watching that moment in this movie here and all that. So overall, in the end, guys, Lisa Frankenstein, I overall had a surprisingly really great time with this new horror comedy film here. And if you're a fan of like horror comedies, or if you're a fan of like Frankenstein sort of like movies or anything like that, or you're a fan of like any of the stars of the film, yeah, I can definitely say this will definitely be a really good popcorn treat for yourselves. Yes, so that's pretty much all I have to say about Lisa Frankenstein. I'm gonna give Lisa Frankenstein 4 out of 5. Yeah, like I said before, I surprised I had a really great time with this new horror comedy film. Yeah, even though I went in thinking that with mild expectations, thinking it was going to be just a good film. But no, like I said, this film really surprised me here, and I can't wait to see what Zelda Williams will do behind the camera again, and when she makes more movies and all that. I definitely think she has a future becoming a really talented filmmaker, and I can definitely tell that Robin Williams, watching from the sky, will be really proud of her and all that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my AK After I Saw review on Lisa Frankenstein, and let me know what you think of this movie, if you have seen this already, or if you just recently checked this out. Did you have a really great fun time with this, or was this not really a popcorn treat? As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and this has been Foggins Media Corner signing off.